Welcome to another episode, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. In the Los Angeles County Jail, the Harlems and the Black P. Stones got into it. This is nothing new. As I've said before, the Los Angeles County Jail is replete with violence. The violence is often worse than the violence even in prison. They used to say that if you can survive in the Los Angeles County Jail, they had this in the newspapers around the world, that you could survive anywhere. It was that vicious and that dangerous. The violence has dissipated some, but it was replete with gang violence and racial violence was the Los Angeles County Jail, and Baby Rev, my road dog from Black P. Stone, indeed was there in the Los Angeles County Jail, as I've said before. He was in the cell with Naughty B, from Black P. Stone, Big Spook from 20 Blood, and B-Dog. They was down a tier from me in the last cell. Baby Rev is a small dude, short in stature, but big in heart and character. He has disrespectful tattoos of the Harlem Crips on every part of his body. His face, his eyes, his ears, his hands. He has tattoos everywhere, and he is extremely super turned up at all times. He's ready to fight, stab. It doesn't matter, particularly when it comes to this one particular game. Now, I've met individuals who are so disenchanted with one game. They have so much putrid hate for that game. A healthy disdain that even if they peace treaty, they will still hate that game until really their dying day. Unfortunate, but true. And I would say that this is the case. I don't want to speak for him, but of Baby Rev as it relates to the Harlem Crips. Nevertheless, they had a tentative agreement at this time. The Harlems and the Black P. Stones there in the Los Angeles County Jail. Well, any peace treaty that they had rarely maintained itself, and it was always a tenuous one. Such was the case here. They had a peace treaty going on because the bloodshed was too much between the two groups. The Harlems are deep everywhere they go. Everywhere I go. They're deep in the Los Angeles County Jail. They're deep in prison because their gang is so big. Harlem 30 Crips, their gang is so big that they are massive. They had their own dorm in Wayside, the Harlems. They had all Harlems in there. They had their own dorm. Might be another person, in there here and there, but it was a Harlem dorm. Here in the Los Angeles County Jail, it was the same thing. But there was quite a few Black P. Stones there as well. And Baby Rev being constantly turned up and ready to squabble anyone from Harlem made matters worse. A dude from Harlem hit the tier, though they have a tenuous peace treaty going on. And Baby Rev at first was okay with this. Nevertheless, he ended up remembering this individual. He recognized him from the street because Baby Rev was indeed turned up on the street as well. He was not in jail for robbery. He was locked up for putting in work for his turf. And he continued that trend there in the Los Angeles County Jail. With a proclivity for violence, particularly for such a small man. Nevertheless, he and I became so close that I think about him all of the time. To this day. Now, when a dude from Harlem hits the tier, everything is kosher temporarily. But then Baby Rev, I must say, he's a stand-up individual. He has strong character. But in this situation, he was on some bullshit. In this situation right here, he was just out for blood. They had this agreement going on. But it wasn't really sitting well with Baby Rev or B Brace. This agreement, this peace treaty of sorts that the Harlems and the Black P. Stones maintained temporarily there in the Los Angeles County. Baby Rev didn't need much reason once he decided in his mind that he was going to attack this dude from Harlem. The dude from Harlem hadn't even done anything, if I'm being honest. In fact, he was just walking down the tier, the dude from Harlem, and told his cellie that he was about to come inside of the cell and take a piss and then go back out. That's all he said, man. I'm about to come in, take a piss, and go back out. Now, that word is how you disrespect the Black P. Stone neighborhood. That word that I just said, that's how you disrespect Black Stone. You use that word to diss them. So Baby Rev immediately took umbrage to this rhetoric. Now, I believe that the dude was just literally saying he was about to go in there and use the bathroom. He was about to go in the urinate. But Baby Rev, that's all he needed. When you're looking for an excuse, anyone will do. And Baby Rev said, "What you say? What you say, blood?" And dude from Harlem, like, man, he like caught it immediately, like what Baby Rev was on, what he was trying to do. He realized what he had just said, but it wasn't anything deliberate on his part. He's like, man, I was telling him, bro, I didn't mean it like that. You already know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we peace treating or what, bro? Because you already know I didn't mean it like that. That's all Baby Rev needed. And at this time, he was recalcitrant, Baby Rev. He followed the rules and the protocols. He did not flout them. In fact, Big Rev from Black P. Stone was in the Los Angeles County Jail as well. Baby Rev followed the rules and the protocols. He didn't run his own program. But in this situation, he sort of ran amok. He went renegade. He went rogue and decided that it was up with the Harlems in this very moment. So Baby Rev said, all right, blood, bet. That was it. Walked back down to his cell. And Baby Rev he in there running it down to his cellies. He told the dude that was in a cell with the dude from Harlem to get off on him. Baby Rev, he said it right there on the tier. Blood, it was a dude from Crenshaw Mafia or something. In a cell with him. Now, they don't have no beef other than the fact that one is a blood and the other is a Crip. The beef is between the Black P. Stones and the Harlems. An intense gang war. A deadly one that has went on for decades between these two groups. They both have blood on their hands. The dude from Crenshaw Mafia, he didn't hesitate because the word is coming from Baby Rev right on the tier. Hey, blood, man, get off on that. Baby Rev told him, hey, blood, get off on that fool right now. Get off on him right now. Dude from Harlem hear it too, obviously, but you just hear him going up in the cell. You just hear it immediately. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know who attacked who at this time, because I know the dude from Harlem hear Baby Rev telling his people to get off on him. If he has any sense, he's about to go on the offensive instead of being on the defensive and get off on him first. As soon as he hears this sort of debauchery coming out of Baby Rev's mouth. Whoever attacked first is up in the cell. Nevertheless, the dude from Crenshaw Mafia, he took the brunt of that. of that attack, of that engagement between the two, he lost. Because he came out the cell leaking, eyes swollen, face swollen, looking a bloody mess. Really, fate getting involved in something that really had nothing to do with him and the dude from Harlem. He wasn't going for it. Nevertheless, since the dude from Crenshaw Mafia did in fact lose the fight and did not look good and did not make his cohorts look any better, a couple of BPSs decided to take the law into their own hand. But there was more than one Harlem inside of the module. So they went into the day room, a couple of BPSs and a couple of Harlems. They could have went worse. They could have ran inside of each other's cells with weapons and it would have been a bloody mess. As I've said, the county jail is extremely violent for everyone. The violence oftentimes is worse, as I've said, than even a maximum security prison. And the reason being is that the violence in the county jail is random and it's unstructured. Whereas the violence in the prison system is more organized, planned out, plotted out, has to go through a hierarchy before it's before it is carried out, the violence, etc. But there in the Los Angeles County Jail, you have shot callers or whatever. But for the most part, man, if a dude want to holler at you, he doesn't have to go through any channels. He just holler at you. And you just in trouble. And you have to defend yourself. But in this situation, the two Harlems and two BPSs went in the day room. It was set up. They went in the day room and they just they lined it up. What we would call lining it up. They squabbled each other, bro. One Harlem, one BPS got down first. And then the dude that was involved in the fight with the dude from Crenshaw Mafia that had said the word at first, he was one of the ones in the day room. He was a rider. He was a rider because he got out to do it in his cell from Crenshaw Mafia when Baby Rev put him on him, or tried to put him on him. And then he said, it's up. You know what I'm saying? You told this dude to squabble me. I got to squabble you dudes down here in the cell. The dude from Harlem, he really pushed the line on that. But Baby Rev, of course, he was pushing that same line because he didn't like the fact that the dude from Crenshaw Mafia got whooped and he was leaking. And he had put him on him. So they went in the day room and they squabbled it up. But they had the BPSs and the Harlems had many wars there in the Los Angeles County Jail, but so did many other groups. Intense, dangerous wars. I'll never forget the war with the Hoovers in the neighborhoods in the Los Angeles County Jail. It was just so vicious. It was so bloody, bro. It was a nasty thing. Perhaps I'll get into it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Shout out to my boy Baby Rev from Black Peace. A real one. He's a soldier indeed. Now, he was wrong in this case. Baby Rev, he was wrong in this situation because dude was not trying to disrespect him. He was not disrespecting Black Peace, no. 10 billion %, bro. 10 billion % he was not trying to do that deliberately. But Baby Rev was looking for a reason at this time. He was just unruly. He was willful. And he was out for blood at all times as it related to, he was one of their main dudes over there at that time, at least. And as I said, he was repping hard on the street and in jail. He was repping hard. Bottom line, stay safe and stay free, people.